I'm going to speak my mind. And a lot of the things that I'm going to say are going to be hard to say or to hear. But here in America, we seem to be losing everything that makes us American. We're losing our rights to freedom of speech. We're losing our rights to freedom of assembly. They're trying to take our firearms away from us, which were granted to us by the people who created our government to protect us from the government. And everybody, except for a select few of us, are actually resisting these things, while other people are accepting it with open hands, open arms, like we send men and women to other countries to die for freedom. That's what they told us. They told us we are going to war so we can bring freedom to other people. We invaded Afghanistan over the 9/11 lie. If you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It's fact. There is a study done by a university in Alaska, and I can get you more details on this later, or you can just look it up. They imploded World Trade Center building number 7. There's no way around it. There's no way that the government explanation for why those towers collapsed is true. It's not possible. They proved it. They lied to us. But we just keep trucking along like deer in headlights. It's time to get the fuck off our couches. It is time to get out into the streets. It is time to tell the government that they work for us. We employ them to represent us. We employ them to protect the Constitution of the United States of America. There are a lot of us that have taken oaths to protect, uphold, defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Our civil liberties are being stolen from us as we speak. It's starting to look more like Nazi Germany than the United States of America. When you have to provide identification whenever they ask for it, they are violating your rights to be secure in your information, your privacy, everything. I don't have a direct quote for you. You don't need one. Look it up. Look for yourself. They tell us what we can and cannot put in our bodies. Now they tell us when we can and cannot go to work, or take our kids to the park, or go fishing, or just the right to freedom of assembly. There are people being drugged off to prison because they are not staying at home because of a virus that has over a 99% survivability rating. Come on, people. Seriously. They are stealing everything that makes us American. Everything. I believe in Oregon now, they passed a law that if you catch this virus, they can come into your home and take your children from you by force. Imagine that. You get sick from a virus that is not going to kill you unless you are very, very, very unlucky or very, very sick already. They're going to take your kids away from you. Where are they going to take your kids? They're going to put them in foster care. What happens if the foster family catches it? What's going to happen to your kids? It's out of your hands. Government took them. Sorry, they kidnapped your children. Or that lady that freaking took her kid to the park, so they arrested the parent and took her kid. Like, what happened to the kid? Nobody knows. Government took them. Do you want them coming to your house, taking away your freaking children? I hope not. I really, 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 really hope that you have enough bravery, courage, maybe some commitment to the American way of life that we all, USA, USA. You can chant that all you want. You can wave your American flag in the air all you want. Sprinkle some magic freedom dust on it. And telling me I'm free in the United States of America is like pissing on my head and telling me it's raining. Let it sink in. They're going to tell us that we have to get these vaccinations now. They're going to say it. They're already saying it. They're trying to force it. You no longer own your own body. The government does. Seriously. The government owns your body. You can say they don't, but they think they do. You see it all over America now. Nobody trusts the police to protect them because of social media has shown us that police brutality happens to everybody. Doesn't matter what your race or your creed is. They can trample your civil liberties and maybe get some paid time off. The courts back them up every single time. We need to find a way to close the gap between the police, law enforcement, sheriff's department, all the FBI, the ATF. We need to find a way for us to learn how to coexist amongst each other. And the only way to do this is to start removing an awful lot of laws off the books. Name one thing in this free country that does not have a law attached to it. Everything. Everything. And if you think voting is going to help you in any way or at all these days, it doesn't. It doesn't. They don't care. They don't care what our points of view are. The only thing they care about is how the corporations want them to vote. The people who give them all of their campaign contributions, they're like, you owe us. Now make this law. This is an American country. This is a free country. We believe in freedom and small government. That is the American way of life. If you don't like it, maybe you should move to Canada. They got free everything there, I guess. That's where it is. Socialism is not American. It is not the government's job to take care of you. It's your job to take care of you. It is your job to take care of your family. It is not the government's job. The government's making us weak because we can all just rely on the government. They'll bail us out. We don't have to take care of each other. The government will do it for us. And while we hand over all of these responsibilities so we can just keep being free-range slaves, going to work every day to make all this money for corporations that we don't have time to pay attention to politics. Hell, we don't even have time to teach our own children. We send them to daycare for about 13 years of their life so the government can brainwash them. They're taught to sit down, shut up, listen, and do what they're told every step of the way. And it's turning our children into sheep. It's time to stand up. It's time to get out in the streets. It's time to get mad. Not violently mad. Okay, there's a difference. Violence only creates more violence. Hate brings more hate. We need to get out into the streets. We need to shout from the rooftops that I will not give up my rights and my civil liberties for anything. I don't care. I don't care what it is. We're Americans. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave. In order to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, we have to be brave enough to be free. Freedom comes with costs, comes with risks. It's scary being free because you have to rely on yourself and you have to rely on your family. And we don't anymore. And it's made us so weak. You see it all the time. Hate begets more hate. Violence begets violence. When we have police that can do basically whatever the fuck they want to, because nobody really knows what their rights are anymore. They don't teach these things in school anymore. They don't teach you what you can and cannot do during a traffic stop. If you're a passenger in a vehicle, you do not need to give anybody your identification unless you are suspected of committing a crime. And probable cause has turned into, I can do whatever the hell I want and just say that I smelled marijuana in your vehicle, or I smell pot, or you look suspicious. You're driving around at night in the middle of the night. What are you doing out here? Oh, you are poor. You have a beat up car. I wonder what you're doing out this time of night. Pull you over, harass you. And so many of you are okay with that because it gives you this false sense of security. Trading your civil liberties for a false sense of security is going to end up with a lot of people being put in railroad cars or buses, being trucked off to places, quarantined, tested on. If you think our government isn't willing to do terrible things to people, you need to look up history. You need to start teaching yourself things that our government education isn't going to teach you. They're not going